Protesters in London are accusing the UK government of cutting welfare and foreign aid in order to pay for increased military spending. Organisers of the Welfare Not Warfare protests say Prime Minister Keir Starmer's government is unfairly targeting society's most vulnerable. Starmer announced welfare system reforms in March, saying it would save the country more than $6 billion each year. The UK is amongst several NATO members who've pledged to increase military spending under pressure from the Trump administration.
I'm concerned about cuts to benefits and wages for working people. And I think whatever the government wants to pay for, it should be doing it through taxing the wealthy.
We oppose what they are doing in terms of supplying arms to Israel, and by doing that they are using money that is our tax money and making cuts in welfare.
What I want from Keir Starmer is for him to deliver on the original manifesto that he had pledged to us when he was running for office.
Milena Veselinovic is live for us from London. So, Milena, what are the demonstrators actually demanding from the British government?
Well, they want to use the money that the government has committed to spending on defence and actually spend it on welfare. They are protesting under this banner of welfare, not warfare. As you mentioned, they really are angry about Britain's commitment to increase their defence spending while at the same time slashing welfare. Now, more spending cuts are expected by the UK Finance Minister Rachel Reeves next week, and people here say that it will target the poorest and most vulnerable in society. And what's quite interesting here, this is a gathering of trade unionists, of campaigners for disability rights, health, housing. Now, these are people who are traditional Labour voters, but they are incredibly angry with the government of Keir Starmer. They say that they should be taxing the rich more and pay for public services from that. Now, it is also important to mention that the UK Finance Minister Rachel Reeves has actually increased taxes targeting affluent individuals a lot more than her predecessor, the Conservative Chancellor of the Exchequer or Finance Minister. And for that, she has also been roundly criticised by business leaders, but that is not really garnering much sympathy here for people. The welfare cuts that have already been announced and enacted a couple of months ago have caused so much backlash that one of those, the winter fuel assistance for pensioners, well, the government has had to make a screeching U-turn on that and reinstate it to some of the pensioners. And people here really hope that by being in the streets, they can put more pressure on the government not to have any further spending cuts.
Government being criticised from all sides. What does it say about why these increases in defence spending are necessary?
Well, the government says that at a time of heightened global insecurity, Britain must be ready to defend itself, especially in light of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. But it also points to, in their words, other economic benefits of investing in defence. They're saying it could create more skilled jobs here in the UK, especially in the aerospace, cybersecurity, shipbuilding industries, that it will promote research and development. But that really isn't getting away from the fact that the reason why the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer committed to this big increase in defence budget is due to pressure from US President Donald Trump, who admonished him and other NATO allies for not spending enough on defence. And for many people here, that is a false calculation, and they would rather see that money spent on welfare and other public services.
OK, Milena Veselinovic joining us there from London. Many thanks.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.